Welcome to our guide on setting your terms and limits in contract negotiation. Whether you're a business owner, freelancer, or simply someone entering into a new agreement, understanding how to establish clear boundaries is essential. In this video, we'll explore practical strategies for defining your terms, communicating your limits, and ensuring that both parties walk away satisfied. Let's start by understanding why setting terms and limits is the foundation of any successful negotiation. By the end, you'll feel more confident and prepared for your next contract discussion. Terms are the backbone of any contract. They define what each party expects and is willing to offer. Without clear terms, misunderstandings can arise, leading to disputes or even legal issues. Setting your terms up front not only protects your interests but also demonstrates professionalism. It's important to be specific. Vague language can leave room for interpretation, which is rarely in your favor. By clearly outlining your expectations, you set the stage for a smoother negotiation process and a stronger working relationship. Knowing your limits is just as important as knowing your terms. Limits are the boundaries you set regarding what you can and cannot accept. This could include deadlines, payment terms, or the scope of work. Before entering negotiations, take time to reflect on your non-negotiables. What are your deal breakers? What are you willing to compromise on? Being clear about your limits helps you avoid making concessions that could harm your interests in the long run. Preparation is the secret weapon of effective negotiators. Before you sit down at the table, gather all relevant information about the deal, the other party, and industry standards. Research helps you understand what's reasonable and what's not. Prepare a list of your terms and limits and anticipate possible counteroffers. The more prepared you are, the more confidently you can present your position and respond to challenges. Negotiation isn't just about your needs, it's also about understanding the other party's priorities. Take time to listen and ask questions. What are their goals? Where might they be flexible? By showing empathy and understanding, you can find common ground and create solutions that benefit both sides. This approach builds trust and increases the chances of reaching a mutually satisfying agreement. Before negotiations begin, set clear objectives for what you want to achieve. Are you looking for a higher payment, more flexible deadlines, or additional resources? Write down your top priorities and rank them. This clarity will help you stay focused during discussions and prevent you from getting sidetracked by less important issues. Remember, clear objectives lead to better outcomes. How you communicate your terms can make a big difference. Be assertive but respectful. Use clear, concise language and avoid jargon that could confuse the other party. Present your terms as reasonable and well thought out, and be prepared to explain the reasoning behind each one. Effective communication reduces misunderstandings and sets a positive tone for the negotiation. Active listening is a powerful negotiation tool. When the other party speaks, give them your full attention. Show that you understand their concerns by summarizing what they've said and asking clarifying questions. This not only builds rapport but also helps you identify areas where you might be able to compromise or find creative solutions. Silence can be a strategic tool in negotiation. After stating your terms or responding to an offer, don't rush to fill the silence. Give the other party time to process and respond. This can create a sense of pressure and encourage them to make concessions. Remember, you don't have to fill every pause. Sometimes silence speaks louder than words. Rarely does a negotiation end with the first offer. Be prepared to make counteroffers that reflect your terms and limits. When you do, explain why you're making the change and how it benefits both parties. Counteroffers show that you're engaged and willing to work towards a solution, but also that you know your worth. Sometimes the best outcome is no deal at all. If the other party can't meet your minimum requirements, be prepared to walk away. This isn't a failure, it's a sign that you value your own interests and are willing to wait for a better opportunity. Knowing your limits and sticking to them is a sign of strength, not weakness. Once you've reached an agreement, make sure everything is documented in writing. A clear, detailed contract protects both parties and serves as a reference if disputes arise later. Review the document carefully before signing and don't hesitate to ask for clarification on any points that are unclear. Payment terms are often a key point in contract negotiations. Be clear about when and how you expect to be paid and what happens if payments are late. Consider requesting deposits or milestone payments for larger projects. Clear payment terms help prevent misunderstandings and ensure that you're compensated fairly for your work. A well-defined scope of work is essential for avoiding disputes. Clearly outline what is included in the contract and what isn't. Specify deliverables, deadlines, and responsibilities for each party. This clarity helps manage expectations and ensures that everyone is on the same page from the start. Contracts often need to accommodate changes. Include terms for how revisions will be handled, such as how many rounds of changes are allowed and what constitutes a major change. This prevents scope creep and ensures that both parties understand the process for making adjustments. Termination clauses outline the conditions under which the contract can be ended by either party. Specify notice periods, reasons for termination, and any penalties or fees. Having clear termination terms protects both sides and provides a clear exit strategy if things don't work out. Confidentiality clauses protect sensitive information shared during the course of a contract. Make sure your contract specifies what information must remain private and the consequences of a breach. This is especially important in industries where proprietary information or trade secrets are involved. Intellectual property (IP) rights can be a complex part of contract negotiation. Clarify who owns the work created, how it can be used, and whether rights are transferred or licensed. Addressing IP upfront avoids disputes and ensures both parties understand their rights and obligations. Force majeure clause covers unforeseen events that prevent either party from fulfilling their obligations, such as natural disasters or emergencies. Including this clause protects both sides from liability in situations beyond their control. Make sure to define what events are covered and the process for notifying the other party. Disputes can arise even in the best negotiated contracts. Include terms for how disagreements will be resolved, such as mediation, arbitration, or litigation. Specifying the process in advance can save time, money, and stress if issues do occur. Confidence is key in any negotiation. Believe in the value you bring to the table and don't be afraid to stand firm on your terms. Practice your pitch, anticipate objections, and remember that negotiation is a normal part of business. The more you negotiate, the more comfortable and skilled you'll become. Sometimes, the other party may use pressure tactics to get you to agree to unfavorable terms. Stay calm and don't rush your decisions. If you feel uncomfortable, ask for time to review the offer or consult with an advisor. Remember, you have the right to negotiate terms that work for you. Legal advice can be invaluable when negotiating contracts, especially for complex deals. A lawyer can help you understand the implications of each clause and ensure your interests are protected. Don't hesitate to seek professional help if you're unsure about any aspect of the agreement. In today's world, many negotiations happen remotely via email, phone, or video calls. Make sure your communication is clear and professional and confirm all agreements in writing. Remote negotiation can be just as effective as in person as long as you stay organized and attentive. Negotiation isn't just about the current deal, it's also about building long-term relationships. Approach each negotiation with respect and integrity. Even if you don't reach an agreement, leaving on good terms can open doors for future opportunities. Focus on creating win-win outcomes whenever possible. Never rush to sign a contract. Take the time to review every clause and don't be afraid to ask questions or request changes. It's better to clarify issues now than to deal with problems later. If possible, have a trusted advisor or lawyer review the contract as well. Every negotiation is a learning opportunity. After the process is complete, reflect on what went well and what could be improved. Keep notes for future reference and use your experiences to refine your approach. Over time, you'll develop stronger negotiation skills and greater confidence. Be aware of common pitfalls in contract negotiation, such as agreeing to vague terms, overlooking important clauses, or failing to document changes. Stay vigilant and don't let pressure or excitement cloud your judgment. Avoiding these mistakes will help you secure better deals and protect your interests. While it's important to set clear terms and limits, flexibility can lead to better outcomes. Be open to creative solutions and alternative proposals. Sometimes, a small concession on your part can result in a much more favorable overall agreement. Flexibility shows that you're collaborative and focused on finding the best solution for everyone involved. Setting your terms and limits is a crucial part of contract negotiation. By preparing thoroughly, communicating clearly, and knowing your boundaries, you can negotiate agreements that protect your interests and foster positive relationships. Remember to document everything, seek advice when needed, and always be willing to walk away if the deal doesn't meet your needs. With practice, you'll become a more effective and confident negotiator.